And I'm going to go to full screen. There we go. All right. Hello, everyone. This is Sally Foster with the Center for Personal Development at Lewis Honors College. And I come to you from my basement today. And I'm joined by Peter. And we're going to just chat for a few minutes so you can hear an update on him and some of how he's making this period work for him. So do you want to introduce yourself, Peter?
Yeah. So you stole my intro. I'm Peter. I just want to let you know I made my bed for this, so this is kind of a big deal. But yeah, I'm a senior mechanical engineer. I technically have another year left because I'm co-oping now. But I'm in Colorado Springs, Colorado, on co-op with a mechanical engineering company.
All right. Well, it sounds like things have changed a lot for you, and you're still in Colorado, but tell us a little bit about your transition with the way the semester has transitioned.
Yeah, so obviously a lot of unexpected things have happened. At this point, I'm not even sure if I could come back into Kentucky because I think they just put a border ban. But so basically, I've been working for this small contracting engineering company since January. And because we're pretty small, any big change in workflow has a big effect on us. There's like only 3 of us. So when coronavirus outbreak started happening, we lost one of our bigger clients, which was definitely a bummer. But that has kind of allowed for a lot more free time on my part. And thankfully, I've had another internship while I'm doing this engineering co-op that's in Lexington, and I've been doing remotely. So in a weird way, now that everyone's online and doing all these meetings virtually, I've been able to be more connected with the company in Lexington, even though we're suffering as far as work goes with the engineering company here. So it's definitely been a transition, and I've had to manage my expectations because my thoughts for this whole semester were I'm going to get a ton of engineering experience, and it's been a lot different than that, but good different in some ways.
Well, perhaps you have a tip you can share with other students that you have found has been helpful to you during this strange time.
Yes, okay, so I have 2. First one I feel very strongly about. So basically, the thing that's helped me the most as everything around me been changing and my routine and schedule and where I go every day has been changing, has been like setting my morning routine in place. That's always kind of been a big deal to me, but especially right now where like everything is in flux, it's been really grounding. So every morning I get out of that bed, jump down. My brother sleeps below me. And I go right to the espresso machine in the kitchen and I start making a latte. I'm trying to find a picture of the one I made this morning. So I'll make a latte on my espresso machine. I'm getting a lot better.
Wow, so
Yeah,
artistic.
I'm trying. I mean, backup career. And then I'll go sit by the fire and just have a little quiet time, a little meditation to start my day off in the same spot every day. So that's tip number 1. That's helped me a ton. And then I think it's really important when you're in an environment where you can't leave and all of a sudden you have like no social obligations because you can't be visiting friends unless you're 6 feet apart, or it depends on where you are. But I think it's really important to be making new stuff and like have little missions throughout your day to be, accomplishing things. So one thing that I'm working on is a little robot. I'm an engineer, so I love making stuff, but I got sick of FaceTiming people and having to hold the phone the whole time. So the goal of the robot is to have them be able to control it and then FaceTime me. So we're getting there. I have my prototype here. So it's got some motors on it, some batteries, and then the camera will be mounted up top, and then it hopefully will be able to be controlled remotely. So if you can find some projects, it doesn't have to be engineering. It could be anything. It could be learning how to make a latte, but get a routine and then find some projects.
That is very impressive.
Thanks.
I love it.
It's been fun.
Very good. Well, you addressed some of this already, but our last question is how are you moving forward with your own career development? And as you think ahead to the next year or so, you have plans in mind, but how are you taking care of that during this time for yourself?
Yeah. So first thing is pretty obvious. I've been able to meet with my career counselor still over the internet, which has been awesome. Now that everyone's moved on to this online portal, it's a lot more natural. Um, but the next thing is like, we're kind of in a unique spot, especially if you're closer to graduation and you're about to enter the workforce, or even if you're in school. And oftentimes you get caught up in like this rat race of graduating, and you don't ever just sit and think about like, where am I actually going and what's my next step, and do I really enjoy what I'm doing? So I've been able to take advantage of a little more time to myself to read some books that I've wanted to career wise. Like I just read a book called Rework. Highly recommend it. I read it in 2 days, which is not usual for me, but it goes through a non-traditional way of starting a business. And then I'm also reading on my Kindle because you can't go to the library. I'm reading a book called The 4 Hour Work Week, which is another like non-traditional view of retirement and work. So I've been continuing to develop like my mindset of what do I want to do? Like looking back on this semester, even though it's been disrupted, and looking at, okay, what have I actually really enjoyed, if I'm being honest, and then like trying to use that information for moving forward. So if you have more time at your disposal, then I really recommend like continuing to reflect on what you're wanting to do. And if you can find remote work, that's awesome too. But if not, like use this time to learn and discover about yourself.
Those are excellent, excellent tips. Awesome. Um, so it looks like you're hanging in there and making the most of it. And I know you are considering entrepreneurship. You might just have this creative robot become part of your future. You just never know.
You want to invest, reach out. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Peter, for taking time to update us. And we hope things continue to go well for you.
Thanks, Sally. Appreciate it.